Yes, it has started. So we have started the basic. We are already learning the basics of Eastern wisdom, but I want to give you a case study that will answer the question Charlie raised. Are you frustrated? Why should I be frustrated? Because of you? No, not at all. I'm not frustrated. I have stopped being frustrated even with myself. So this guy I explained to you, he's a builder. So he builds homes that cost over $15 million only. But that's a surface introduction. He has been with me for many years, and I already told you about that he met with a cute and beautiful girl, and then he failed to have a relationship first time, second time, third time. These failures, when you are hit by the world and you become aware why you are hit by the world in this way. So, in the first case, he failed the relationship and he called me at 10 p.m. and I said, no, let me pick up. He said, at least she should send me the text message. I said, okay. So why don't you send me the text, what kind of a message you are expecting from her. I will send you the same message, so you should be happy. This was a message I wanted to teach him, but then he said, no, that will not work. If she sends me the message, and I said, I promise you that whatever the message she sent to you, you will be frustrated, whether it is positive or negative. In the second case, something different happened. He took her for a lunch, and they always talked. And then he called me in the next session. He told me that I wasted my lunch. Analyze and observe. This guy has total objectified his mind. He is seeking happiness from the world outside, whether it is a person or a relationship or money or anything. When the person is seeking happiness from the world outside, then you will put this question: are you frustrated with me? Why you are not frustrated with yourself? Why don't you start thinking? I'm raising another question. Why don't you start thinking? And for the last 3 months, he is evolving like anything. He changed his entire perspective. I'm just reproducing because you will never know who is he. So he pulled out his audio file of 22, year 2022. Exact date is 10th of January. And then he sent me, we did a beautiful meditation practice. You stated that the breath is space, the space is awareness, and awareness is knowledge. That was so well said, and I started changing myself. This is what I expect. Should my expectation is wrong? This is what the Eastern wisdom is. Did you listen to me that I told you, I think, hundred of times? Eastern wisdom means I study myself. I do not study others. You need not to study anyone else in the world. every principle is to study myself. So I was very happy. Then last month he said, all my thoughts led by the mind and produced by the mind, but the mind is not me, so neither are the thoughts me, and then I am free from all my anxiety. I got rid of the impressions my mind has created about 3 events with the 3 cute and beautiful girls. I am happy now. Which audio file he heard? That was dated uh, 13th December 2021. He's changing by himself. I have to do nothing. At this age, why don't we understand this? Why my mind is constantly objectifying everything and trying to rationalize and find the answer in the word? No, it will not happen. 24 file of 7th of September. He wrote to me, I read it, I listened to this audio 3 times. I sat down, I made a point, and then I concluded, if we don't change the thoughts, we cannot end something. He is evolving by himself. Whether he is still with me, but whether he is with me or not, he will continue to evolve. If any other teacher falsely guide him, he will find another teacher. That is the authenticity of Eastern wisdom. It's a real life case. I'm just, I copied and pasted in a page, and I'm listening to some of these earlier talk almost 4 years ago. Now he retrieved. Did I tell him no? Oh, what I learned, let me go back. Let me listen. Let me contemplate. So what he has written, it's a beautiful. Why shouldn't I love this guy now? Should I not love you? No, I love you all. Depending on listening to some of these earlier talks almost 4 years ago, I think at the time I was ready to listen to what you were saying. I heard you, but my consciousness was not ready to take it. Eastern wisdom is the study to study yourself, your behavior and attitude, your thought, speech, and action, your anxiety and your stress, your depression and your responses. I heard you, but my mind was not ready to take it, and maybe due to years of habitual incorrect thinking. He is concluding. He is knowing about himself. Eastern wisdom is to know thyself. That is the beauty of this Eastern wisdom. Every principle. It is habitual incorrect thinking. I was not ready. I heard you. Who revealed this knowledge? I? No. He did by himself. I look back and think about what you were saying. I look back and think about what you were saying, and it took this long for things to start to sink in. Do I realize that? Do I have that bent of mind? Do I really listen to it again and contemplate? Make a point, no, I am very busy. You are busy, that is why you have a stress. That is why you live in ignorance. Or can you give me a date when you will be free? When you will not be busy? that day will never come. Why that day will never come? Because of the default mind. What is the default mind? It is impulsive, it is objectified. And the 7th of January of this year, this talks about how the master has to prove the absolute reality. He wrote it like a square being equal on all four sides. Once the mind shifts into awareness, all the judgments drops. What a beautiful revelation he made. Conflict is a matter of ignorance, he declares. He has stopped searching cute and beautiful girl, and he is in calmness. It doesn't mean that cute and beautiful girls are not present in the world. I'm just giving you a real life. I can give you many cases like this. I thought conflict is a matter of ignorance. The moment I blame, complain, react, anxious, I have to find out what is mind, where is the cause, why you are causing this. Mind, you are responsible. Let me find it out. Let me follow the thought process to prove that mind is the problem. My mind is the problem. And then what he writes in it's only a few months more. You can be awakened without realizing it, but if the realization doesn't come, the full awakening will not happen. What a beautiful way. Identity is the main problem. You cannot fully realize without suffering. Suffering is an opportunity, problem is an opportunity, pain is an opportunity. My relationship issue is an opportunity, but I don't see that. I see that other is responsible. I am frustrated because of you, I am frustrated because of my relationship. Eastern wisdom doesn't believe in modern psychology. You believed in, it is not helping you. Why don't you try? I don't have time. Or you have. Then he wrote, the last one, I loved it. Why shouldn't I love? The ocean sees the wave and sees itself. Ocean sees the wave and sees itself. The wave sees the ocean, cannot fathom being that big. Then he writes, what I realize about this statement is either way, no matter if one is living in ignorance as the wave or in awakening as the ocean, there still only is one reality. That reality is full of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. And that is I am. That I have to recognize and realize. And he writes, I am on the way. At least I should make an effort. That is what Eastern wisdom is saying. At the time of the birth, I have a different color and long of gray hair, but at the time of the birth there was no gray beard, clean. So all the babies or all the cubs or all the what we say, all the babies of the living species, including the plants, are cute and beautiful. They are spontaneous. Whether it's a cub of lion, cub of kitten or cat, or the human babies, even the black, they are always cute and beautiful. Look into their eyes, they have a spontaneous consciousness. We all know it. Because they are cute, beautiful, gentle, we all get attracted to all kinds of babies, even the sapling of the plants. I'm just trying to make you understand. The authorized occupant of the mind at that time is the real self. That is why we are spontaneous, bubbling with energy. Even have you seen one or two? The toddler they start standing up, they fall down. They have no anxiety and fear. They stand up again. They do it. They start walking. It is the problem with us. No, I cannot do no more. I can't do no more. At this age, they are the unauthorized occupant of the mind. What I said, authorized occupant of the mind. If someone intrudes into your house and you allow him or her to live in, and after a few weeks, this is my house. You have to fight it out. You still know he or she is an unauthorized occupant. Problem is, in our mind, we allowed unauthorized occupants. They are anxiety, they are stress, they are reaction, they are blame and complaint. And we claim these unauthorized occupants are the authorized occupants. That is the problem. Did you understand? Did you complain of anxiety, reaction, blame, and complaint when you were born in first 2 or 3 years? No. Now, big yes. Why? I claim that all these unauthorized occupants of my mind are real. They are authorized. That is the reason we change our behavior and attitude responses. And that is why the Master says you have to listen and learn is the first step. You have to contemplate and reflect. If the object and the person outside is not there in contact with the thought present in the mind, there is no anxiety and reaction at all. Anxiety in my mind is equal to thought, and the thought is equal to thought of an object or a person plus an object plus a ego plus consciousness. I don't want to see it. I pick up the object in that thought and I said, you are responsible. Then I move into another level of my suffering. I blame. Give me 3 benefits of blame, complaint, and reaction. Give me 1 benefit. Eastern wisdom says, blame. You blame because you are expecting something from the world outside, without which the blame cannot happen. And then there is a hamster wheel, mind. So what happened? We had a spontaneous mind whose authorized occupant was the real self, bubbling energy, peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. We forgot that. We forget that. It is still there. We forget that. So, who has become authorized occupant of my mind? My anxiety, my reaction, my duality, my fear, my expectations, my desires. What are they? They are like the dirt accumulated on the floor. The floor is not damaged. The dirt over is there. That dirt is called the ignorance, and then we created a default mind. That default mind contains the big ego. Ego says, I understood you. Then why are you in stress if you have understood? Why don't you understand yourself? You understand others. Why don't you understand yourself? I'm intelligent. Yes, you're intelligent. So you are intelligent, and that is why you are in stress and reaction. Why your intelligence doesn't work on your anxiety and stress. We don't want to understand this. We overlook this. Why we overlook the dirt? Nothing happens to my clothes. Dirt is there. Washer. Eastern wisdom is just like a washer. But if I don't work on myself, after listening for years and years, I don't have time. I don't contemplate and reflect about myself. Why? I have created a big ego, barrier, dirt. Don't challenge me. And that is the explanation. I know that I have yet to know makes you a humble seeker. You will learn. That is what happened to this guy. I know that I have nothing to know. I know you are responsible for my stress. You cannot get out of this stress. Try this out. Go to the doctor. When the dirt stays for a couple of months, in modern psychology it says that you're having an anxiety. And how long? 6 months. It's a chronic anxiety. So when the dirt stays for 6 months, it doesn't leave you. It doesn't. Even after listening, who listens? Default mind. You are not able to separate it, and then you continue to suffer, and then you are frustrated. Are you frustrated? Default mind. Going a little deeper. So the answer to the answer Eastern wisdom gives is the discerning mind. Discerning mind means I have to start thinking, contemplating and reflecting. I have to separate. Can this dirt be separated from the floor? Answer is yes. We know that, then only we know the means. Can I separate this thought of the ego from myself? Can it be separated? Answer is yes. The moment it is separated, you have a space, you are already free. First time you experience, that is what happened to this guy. In the modern age, this default mind is our automatic, reactive way of thinking. It jumps to external blame, complaint, questioning without self-examination. That is the default mind. First, I have to examine myself before I blame and complain and react. We don't want to do it. Why we don't have time? Why we don't have time? We are very busy. Why we are busy? We are busy in a hamster wheel, accumulating more and more dirt. Find out if I am wrong. Why should I be wrong? Because I am teaching from the principles of Eastern wisdom as taught by thousands of the masters for over 10,000 years, validated again and again, from one master to the second, to the third, to the fourth. Until now, it is more relevant. So our master says that real transformation happens only when we shift to the discerning mind, turning questions inward. for reflective analysis. I'm using the modern word, modern language, the word, the sentences and phrases from modern psychology. Turning questions inward for reflective analysis. Am I not frustrated with myself? I have the same sequence of events repeated hundred thousands of times and still I'm doing the same thing. Should I not turn this question to myself inward for reflective analysis? You start reflecting, that becomes the discerning mind. The default mind becomes the discerning mind, and you start changing yourself. Think. I'm just, asking you to think, contemplate, and reflect. You'll be surprised the moment you start with the discerning mind is the same. Either it is a default mind, which is impulsive, it becomes a discerning mind. When there's a reflective analysis, you start asking questions to yourself. Now, I'm not mine, don't go outside. You are responsible. How you are responsible? Prove it. Let me know. Let me understand. I became angry over you. So if the anger is present in me, then only I can be angry over you. If anger is not present, do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. If the anger is not present here inside, there will be no manifestation of anger. This is the reflective analysis. This is the discerning mind. And what is the default mind? You made me angry. You made me upset. You are responsible. Enough is enough. Let me take a divorce. So, what I conclude, you marry to be happy, you divorce to be happy. You remarry to be happy. Or you marry to be painful, you divorce to be painful. Both way it works. Reflective analysis is absent. Discerning mind is absent. Eastern wisdom. This is what the beauty of the. We don't follow that cult, dogma, belief, religion. We don't say God, no God. We are not falling into those areas. Default mind seeks someone to blame or complain. Who is at fault? Let me find out. Let me find out. Have you seen one philosopher says that this finger points to the world, but three fingers are pointing towards you? We don't see that. We take it as easy. Oh, it's okay. They are pointing, they are just making a joke, but I'm always right. I'm always right. Because three fingers are pointing me, we distort the explanation. The discerning mind gently asks, what is my role here? How am I growing or not growing? What behavior or pattern can I shift? And you see, that is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. It comes by listening, learning, contemplation, reflection. Then you practice. I was teaching to the Ukrainian group. I said, knowledge. That knowledge lives in you. Oh, the discerning mind lives in me. You practice. One meditation session is required. After that, you continue changing. When that one meditation practice will come, you give that meditation practice by which I can change, but you don't want to change. Default mind. Simple answer. Discerning mind gently asks, what is my role here? Is my role to be anxious and angry and upset over you? See, default mind says, who is at fault? So I have already created a layers of the dirt, and that I don't want to clean it, and I move further. Who is at fault? So I'm going to create more dirt. Discerning mind gently asks, where is my rule? How am I growing or not growing? What behavior or pattern I need to change to drop this anxiety, reaction, blame, and complaint first before I point my mind outside. You are already at peace. You are indifferent to the people outside who are reacting to. Oh, thank you, thank you. Please continue. I need not to worry. You cannot make me angry. This is what this guy did. Yeah, sometimes people do it after many years. Sometimes people do it. This doctor does it within few months. He's asking so many questions, and they are relevant questions. They are pointing to up inside. Same questions, I just asked you with the discerning mind. Discerning mind, what is my role? What is my role? He's hardly 27, 26 years old. He'll be a doctor next year. It depends on not on me or not on a seeker, but one who does it. You achieve that. Let us close your eyes. Close your eyes. Place position in posture. Place position in posture. And I'm simply saying, discerning mind instantly looks. I would rather use the discerning intellect, that will make sense. So it means it is contemplative and reflective. Analysis and default mind, it is impulsive. I've already gave an example. Now see, when I say eyes are closed and I experience the place, position and posture, the default mind perceives it. You will not be able to keep your body still, your mind will move, or during the practice your mind, default mind will scratch here and there, move here and there, finds the unease and discomfort. And the discerning mind says, place done, position done, posture done. Until the meditation is complete, now I am sitting here. Default mind has to go outside. When it goes outside, it has to go outside with the body and the mind. So it will have lot of thoughts. Being comfortable and being comfortable. So what I said, just understand. What I said being comfortable is the change of direction of the mind. Change of direction of the mind means what? Let me make it more simple. What is that simple? Make it more simple. That when I say change the direction of the mind, you are not looking at the world, and what simple is, you are looking inside the forehead in the space of darkness, or you are looking inside the heart in the space of darkness. When the eyes are closed, we have an image of emptiness and darkness. Is there any problem? And that I made so simple again. I said, look at the neck joint. Look. Look means you are looking, you are feeling, you know here is a neck joint. And you stay there. So only the neck joint remains and you have an experience of sensation, comfort and steadiness. There are hundreds of ways to modify and customize these practices. So I start with a higher one and then I go to the, because if I do not understand the higher one, the lower one is still available. So what is the reflective analysis? I should be doing this, being comfortable in the kitchen, outside, when I'm talking to someone during the day. But I don't have time, I forget it. Default mind. Will you change? No, you will not change. Move the mind, looking at the entire body, making it further simpler. So I made it simple again. You remember perhaps, intellectually. What you remember, I told you that know, feel, and move the mind on the skin of the entire body. And your mind starts moving somewhere on the thought, feeling, and emotions. Default mind, discerning mind, it moves only on the skin, it returns, and it experiences a sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now being carefree, again use the same default mind in discerning mind. Or a discerning intellect, I said. You are also thinking with me. Don't worry. Don't bring the past knowledge. If I don't think, then I will be in meditation. Not possible in the beginning. So at least follow the teacher for some time. So by being carefree, you drop the foolishness of the mind. Your mind is already looking inside. Traffic jam. If no highway, no traffic jam. Traffic is there, highway. So the two possibilities are there. In the traffic jam, you are still sitting in the same car. You still find the same vehicle in front, in the back, in the right, in the left. By default mind, you become crazy. Discerning mind, you are still calm. Why you are calm? Nobody can enter into your car. If the front car stops, you also stop it. Where is the problem? It is the reflective analysis. You are using the discerning. So the thought, feeling, and emotions are coming. They are the traffic on the highway, including your car, including your mind. So the moment you see there is the traffic on the highway, you are one of the traffic on the highway, and others are also. Where is the problem? There is no problem. Why there is no problem? The discerning mind perceives the entire traffic is different and separate from the highway. That I know it. Why don't you know? All the thought, feeling, and emotion that enters into the mind are separate and different from you. And if they are different and separate, from where is the problem? They are not separate. You don't feel they are separate, default mind. When you know the truth, they are separate, discerning intellect. that knowledge has to be there during the practice. If the knowledge is not there, the default mind will bring in the knowledge from the hamster wheel, the same thought. It will not allow you to think in a right way, right knowledge. And so the last time let me repeat the same thing. I said settle the mind deep within. Means you experience that you are living within your mind. How? By the default, not by the default. Default mind always goes outside. Discerning intellect says, oh, I'm living within. No one is here, just blankness and emptiness is here. I'm living. So what we did, we changed the direction of the mind by being comfortable, and then we started living within. Started living within. So now when you live within, as if you move into your house and you are settled, you feel you are settled. Same way, let me experience, am I settling? I settle the mind deep within. So any thought comes, I feel it is too far from me. That is the meaning of settling within. The way you hear the horn coming from outside your home, you are carefree. You say it's okay, it will go away. So the first point, place, position and posture. Second point is sensation, comfort and steadiness. Third point is being carefree. Fourth point is settle the mind deeper within. So how you settle your mind deeper within, I make you simple. Just look, feel and know. Any thought comes, any feeling comes, any sensation comes, just say to your mind, I'm not the thought, I'm not the feeling, I'm not the sensation. And wait. So just say to your default mind, I am not a thought, feeling, and a sensation. They occur in my mind, but I am none of them. I am none of them. Then what happens? What happens? Your mind is settled. When you are none of them, obviously mind is settled within. Leads to an experience of sensation, relaxation and stillness. Oh. So that settling takes place naturally. Answer is yes. So just default mind ask, what I have to do. Tell the default mind you have to do nothing, just to be aware, just to feel, just to know. What to know? That any experience of the thought, feeling, and emotion, not you. They occur in the mind, they will stay and they will go. You are settled. So when you are settled, And it's always good point using the discerning intellect to recheck place, position, and posture. Done. Being comfortable. Done. Being carefree. In being carefree, there is a separation. We already discussed and understood. Settling within. Done. If it is done, then simply look at the breath, the flow of the breath. It is like the river, the water flows in a river. Master says you cannot step into the same river. Water flows continuously. You cannot step into the same breath. It is always a new breath. The default mind says it is the same breath. What to do? Why to worry? It is the same breath, and then it recalls its habitual tendency, and when it recalls its habitual tendency, then what happens? The default mind takes over. In that state, either you fall sleepy, lazy, carried away by thought. You see, it is not about the thought, it is about you. And we don't want to accept this. But what the discerning intellect does, it finds always a new breath, new movement of life. That is the meaning of living in a present moment. It is not the focus. There is no focus at all. You're aware of the flow of the breath. You don't focus on the sensation of the skin. It is always there. You're aware of the temperature. You're aware of my voice. Yes, it may happen. What happened? It may happen. Laziness comes. Let's let the discerning intellect take care of that. It happens, it's okay. Let me repeat it again. So you have a commitment, so you repeat it again. And when you repeat it again, you find it is possible and you start. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Well, share your experiences. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good, Girish. It was a good meditation. I guess to dissolve the ego, you have to constantly point the finger towards yourself, right?
Yes.
There's no other way.
Is there other way? Let me know. There is no other way. Where the ego lives, lives in my mind, so I have to point finger to myself. I cannot say my ego lives in you. You're right. So when I say my ego lives in you, it means I'm already in ego. And I forget that I'm in ego. That is why I blame and complain others. That is why I react to others. Beautiful. Yes, Anne, how are you?
Yeah, I feel fine. I don't have any negative thoughts. I have to
Beautiful.
find it good, yeah.
Beautiful. How are you, Charlie?
I'm good. Had a lot of self-reflection this week and thinking very similar thoughts to actually Sophie about when I look at myself, do I like what I see? And then instead of adding another layer with that, just letting it be and noticing it and letting it go.
Yes, that's another indication of recognition of the ego. Ego is always temporary. It always feels insecure, and that is why it keeps on changing. The real I will not change. It is always insecure. It always changes the color. How are you, Mead?
There's something happening with the microphone. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and can you please turn off your mic?
Yes. Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes.
I feel deeply, I don't know how to say it, but I feel that I'm beginning to understand how deep this work is, and that my own habits get in my way, but I want to open myself to this journey more fully, because I could sense what a difference it makes.
Yes. Yes. That's a good reflection point. So, it is not once I do it and forget it. Forgetting means the ego is there.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, John, sir?
Hey, Girish, I'm good. I try to keep monkey mind from taking over, and I think I've pretty much succeeded, so I'm fine.
Beautiful. Yes, you succeeded.
Oh.
Yes, we'll meet again next week at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you.